Hello, everyone. As you know, my name is Abdullah and I'm your host. And yet again, I am back with another exciting topic. And in today's topic, we are going to talk about the metaverse. So, when we say metaverse, what exactly is metaverse? See, in my understanding, the metaverse is a material of the next generation internet and has definitely progressed from text to graphics to video and most recently to immersive digital interactions. Yep, immersive digital interactions. The metaverse is a mode of online communication where interconnected virtual encounters they basically try to mimic the real world ones through obviously the integration of digital and physical experiences. Unlimited reality enables immersive interaction that takes users beyond the confines of their standard phone. So I really thought about it. I thought about my War family or someone who is getting into metaverse. How exactly does him or her or anyone get their information and how exactly they can go about the potential of metaverse? So I thought about it. I was like, hey, Abdullah, how would you do it? And it wasn't hard for me to understand that I would definitely go on Google, on YouTube, and try to understand it. So I thought, why not? In my next episode, I do this. I take my family from War for Earth with experience of learning about metaverse together. So let's dive into it. I have some exciting content for you to react with me.
Okay, so this might be kind of a hot take, but the Meta Quest Pro, this headset, is $1,500, and I'll explain the thinking behind that in a second, but it is actually pretty good. It's a pretty good, technologically speaking, a pretty good headset. It is much more comfortable than a lot of others I've tried, so they've split the components.
As we know that any type of metaverse reality is not to its full potential without the use of VR headsets. And I thought, who is the only YouTuber who is goated enough to know everything about tech? And I could only think of one guy, and that was Marcus Brownlee. So, shout out to Marcus Brownlee for being one of the tech geniuses in order to guide us in the right path. So, let's see what he has to say about the whole metaverse as well as the components of metaverse, which is basically VR sets are definitely one of the huge contributing factors when it comes to metaverse or metaverse gaming, metaverse interaction, metaverse trade, any type of it. VR is definitely one of them out there.
Now between the displays and lenses in the front, speakers and buttons through the middle, and then the battery at the back. It is lighter than it looks, but I think it's more about the balance and the weight. Here you can see, feels like the balance point is right in the middle there, which is better. But then you put it on and you look like this. Here you go. Boom. And without the blockers on the side, there is a little bit of a gap, and you do have peripheral vision light coming in from the sides and not the top. Inside, there is a custom Snapdragon XR2 Plus processor, 256 gigs of storage, 12 gigs of RAM, and then a slimmer set of displays and lenses. And then the screens inside are giving you 1920 by 1800 per eye at up to 90 FPS. And it can do this decent full color pass through with the 10 sensors and cameras scattered around the outside. It's not the best pass through I've ever seen, but it does work, and it lets you feel like you're in a normal environment. Plus, there's these new Touch Pro controllers, which have cameras and sensors of their own, and they all charge on a single dock through some pins, which you'll be doing often because sadly the headset does just have like a 1.5 hour battery life when unplugged. But then there's also
As you can see from the video itself, you can understand that it's a very early stage in the metaverse development as well as the VR development. But we know that there is a potential for the market to grow further upon. So now, when Marcus says that it has only 1.5 hours of battery life, we know that it is going to improve in the further future. So just like that, there is going to be more improvements coming through in the metaverse as we move forward.
a suite of sensors on the inside facing your eyes, facing your face for face tracking. Okay, right now I'm looking at an alien face, but a little bit more interesting than that is the alien face is in real time showing what the headset sees my face doing. And so every expression that I make, every little facial movement, oh, the eye movements, the every it's kind of a lot of the little things too, like the little muscles on your face that move when you talk and you make little micro expressions. So if I was in a virtual world and trying to convey emotions to another person, then they would see everything. That's pretty cool. VR and AR both work pretty well through this headset, but at the end of the day, it still is a pretty chunky, it's a pretty big headset. It doesn't fold down either, so if you want to travel with it, you need like a bag or a backpack. This version might not be tempting to you. Zuckerberg keeps telling me, people buy a new $2,000 machine as their desktop computer all the time, and this is maybe a replacement for that someday. But this might not be tempting to you. But theoretically, in a couple of years, a new version of it is much, much smaller, closer to like a regular pair of glasses. And then even further down the road, another version is even smaller, maybe lightweight like Google Glass used to be back in the day. And then eventually, it's an incredible, actually portable piece of tech. And so, theoretically, if you pour enough money and talent into something, it can become amazing. Which leads me to my next point. This is the real question here. Every time I see a new VR headset pop up, whether it's this like Pico Pro headset or the Meta Quest Pro or anything like that, the question is always like, is this VR thing really actually going to be the future? Like, it's cool with tech and it works and everything, but
In my opinion, uh, definitely is going to be, because I myself have actually tried VR myself as well as ARs, and trust me, the user experience when it comes to these devices is just to a next level, because just sitting in front of your desktop setup and moving into a whole virtual world, it is a big leap through when it comes to experiences. So I definitely feel that as someone who has actually used this type of VR sets, because I have one, I don't know how many dollars they were, but I can tell you they were totally worth it. Uh, the experience is just, in my opinion, worth it. I think everyone should be getting a VR set for themselves and actually experiencing metaverse in their own way, and in their own way they can fully understand how the future of virtual reality is going to work out, and is this the right time to get into metaverse and understand the concept of metaverse. So yeah.
are we actually going to be spending meaningful time in VR at some point? And the answer, of course, depends on who you ask, obviously. I feel like I've noticed the younger the person is that you talk to, the more likely they are to want to give VR a chance or to try it more often. But if you ask Meta, if you ask anyone in leadership at Meta, the answer is yes, absolutely 100%. This is the future that we are all going to be living in, using VR all the time. Metaverse for sure. Now, of course, they have to believe in that because the whole company is a huge ship barreling in that exact direction. But also watching the presentation of everything at the Meta Connect keynote, as miserable and awkward as it was, the more you watch, the more it kind of crystallizes their whole plan for me. Basically, step one, think of all the things people normally do on the internet. Step two, make those things in VR and then pour tons of money into them. And then that's kind of the whole plan. If you get the time and you actually get to watch through that presentation, it happens over and over again, where basically they realize that people do certain things in real life, and then they want to bring that thing into VR. Oh, you'd like to do this? Here's a VR version. Oh, you do this other thing? Here's a VR version. Over and over again. And ideally, for them anyway, convincing people to use the VR version just will become a matter of making the VR version really, really good. Hopefully, better than the real life version. And that's where I think my hot take comes in, which is that some of these VR applications are actually scary good and starting to look better than the non-VR version. And for Meta, if they can get enough of these things to be real, then they'll be making this metaverse thing happen.
Gretchen, stop trying to make
Metaverse
happen. It's not going to happen.
Okay, so some are easier than others, right? Gaming, yeah, we've got some good games already in VR. Now, we got to work on getting more, like a better variety of games, better fidelity, etc., more immersion. And pouring money into this ecosystem will entice developers to rapidly improve games and make better games, which is awesome. But there's more to life than just games. What else do people do all day in 2022? Zoom calls? Okay, perfect. Yes, they've got Zoom calls, but better. They've built an entire virtual meeting room experience where you can do video conferencing in VR with other people. So,
Trust me, when I'm asked to, go in a meeting, it is just something which I don't want to do. But looking at the presentation that Meta itself has released about their whole integration of virtual meetings, it is quite exciting to me as well to understand that, hey, we could be different avatars, we could have different type of people come through, and it could be a more chill environment where we could, potentially work with our own colleagues and other employees. So integration of virtual reality as into, uh, Zoom calls or any type of connectivity is definitely moving towards a more future, I mean a more brighter future, because personally I feel like this is a great idea. This is a great idea, and I think this is like the next big thing.
if some of your friends or coworkers don't have VR headsets, that's fine. They'll show up as a floating video feed in the metaverse. But now with a bunch of people in meetings, you can talk to the people around you. You can do breakout meeting rooms instantly, really good immersive presentations, etc. Now, currently, as you can tell, these are all using these avatars. And these, I think, are bad. They're pretty cringy. I mean, you can customize them, of course, with a bunch of different things, different hair and features and outfits and piercings, etc., which is kind of neat, sure, but you still end up feeling like a metaverse meeting is just a bunch of me characters from Nintendo.
Okay, that is a big throwback to Nintendo Wii. I used to have a Nintendo Wii, and like, trust me, this avatar over here, you can never win from him. Any game you play, you can never win from him. He was a dangerous man, I'll tell you that.
Wii, but it's very much a stopgap because we also saw that Meta announced this live avatar demo that looked absolutely wild to me. You can essentially use your phone to take a scan of yourself, and then the headset takes that and puts a photorealistic version of you into the virtual environment, complete with that face tracking and eye tracking and everything that we talked about before. That is super next level. So you can imagine now, instead of just a Zoom call with coworkers, a really good meeting is a bunch of people from all over the world all in one room with all the advantages of the eye contact and relative audio positioning and being able to like lean over to the person next to you and say something really quietly just to them. All of this is stuff that you can't really do in a Zoom call. And so just replace these weird avatars with the hyper realistic ones and they might be onto something. But that's just meetings. That's not even that much time. What else do people do? Maybe they just work remotely, period. Sure, okay, then they'll build this whole metaverse, this whole virtual office building for people to work in. So if they work all over the world in different countries, they can all collaborate in the same spaces. But even the first thing I showed in this video, which is just simply working on your computer, which is a thing that many people do for many hours a day. And the Quest Pro has native Mac support that let me project my Mac screen onto these multiple huge virtual screens. So you can take a huge triple monitor setup wherever.
I can tell you that that is definitely a dub. Think about it. You are on your laptop and you don't have to take over your whole what do you call setup. All you have to do is pop in your VR set, and you're already there in your office. You have three virtual screens in front of you. It's perfect. And even with the Zoom calling feature, the photorealistic approach to the whole Zoom calling or any type of calling is just next level. Like, think about it. You yourself can make a photographic prototype from your phone, get a 360-degree angle on it, and you could be attending your virtual meetings, and you could look literally your version on the internet. That's brilliant. That's definitely brilliant.
Wherever you go, basically. You can just take this headset with you and do way more with fairly high resolution that can again get better with time and more money. They've poured money into Microsoft to bring Office 365 and Word and Excel and everything into workrooms natively. They've poured money into Accenture to give them like thousands and thousands of VR headsets to get those people to use the metaverse to work virtually all the time. Basically, Meta can and will dump a ton of money into this because that's all they're doing right now. There's like a common trope that like if you want to make a bunch of money as a startup right now, just make a virtual reality tech startup in some way, and you will eventually level up enough to just get acquired by Meta. It's no wonder chief metaverse officers became a thing. That became a way to like make it seem like you might get acquired by Meta. But that brings us to the last thing.
Pretty much it. Like, if you think about it, the metaverse definitely has a lot to offer. But yes, we are in the early stages of development, and from moving towards from here to the next level, it's going to be a journey. But as we have seen with any other industry, that it does start from somewhere, and there's only improvements which are happening. You can even see it with gaming, that people used to love Tetris, and now we have virtual reality games. So we are definitely in the early stages of the metaverse and the development of this whole virtual reality integrated with our own lives. So I thought about it. Hey, if VR sets and this type of digital or virtual reality is going to be part of our life, how would we actually live with it? So I searched Google, I went on YouTube, and I tried to find a video to really put in perspective how would it feel for us to be using a VR set in day-to-day life. So let's look at this video. We're gonna find out more about it.
The best way to understand the metaverse is to experience it yourself. Experience it yourself.
Yeah, I definitely don't feel very well right now.
And you wouldn't feel well either if you attempted to spend 24 hours living in virtual reality or the metaverse. Don't know what the metaverse is? That's okay. I'm not sure anyone really does. But Meta, formerly known as Facebook, Microsoft, and more, are defining it as the virtual world that is the next phase of the internet. In this world, we have digital versions of ourselves, or avatars.
And we call this the metaverse. And you're going to be able to do almost anything you can imagine. Get together with friends and family, work, learn, play, shop.
So I decided, why wait? And stupidly, I dared myself to visit the metaverse for a full 24 hours in its current, not so great state. In fact, Meta and others will tell you that Metaverse isn't even here yet. But the best way to see the start of it is through virtual reality. Since I didn't want to pop into a headset with my kids running around, I packed my bags and moved to the Holiday Inn Express around the corner. I set a few rules. The headset can come off to eat and go to the bathroom.
No.
Yes, I attempted to sleep with it on. I checked my phone only if it was urgent. I had notifications coming into the Oculus Quest 2 headset, which is made by Meta.
It's about to be 6 p.m., which is the start of my Metaverse journey. I've got 2 headsets in case of technical issues, and lots of apps and other things preloaded for different parts of the day and night. What could go wrong?
Welcome to Beat Saber. Now cut the cubes in the arrow direction and match the color. That was too soon. Wait for the beat. Wrong direction. Wrong direction.
She's very mean.
I started with games like Beat Saber, since right now they're the most popular use of VR. And while many games allow you to play with others, I had no real friends to play Beat Saber with that evening. So I decided
Games, virtual reality games. I can definitely vouch that they are gonna be very impressive. Once we have established Metaverse as a whole platform in our day-to-day life, and we would be engaging with the uh, VR sets and gaming, I think it's gonna bring gaming to a next level because we always wanted to have that real life experience of games which we could experience in person, and that problem or that will that need for that type of solution has been solved by metaverse as well as VR gaming. So if I myself, I love Call of Duty. So for me to just go down in Warzone and be one of the characters, having the most fun with the boys, having fun doing anything in gaming and having that interaction which is just for that period of time, I feel like gaming just makes you forget all type of problems, all type of it's just a surreal moment for any gamer. Being a gamer myself, I feel like I can be gaming 24/7 because it is something which just makes you forget all the worries in the world, and for that particular moment you are just what you want to be. And to be in the game as a real life character is right a sixer, it's the ball out of the park. It's the best, I can tell you that.
to go elsewhere for some social interaction. Altspace VR, an app that allows you to hang out with other avatars in virtual venues.
Okay, I'm gonna customize my avatar for a night out. I guess in the Metaverse, I could have short hair.
I wasn't exactly
Now you can think about it. The metaverse actually enables meetings on any platform. So the boys can never cancel on any plan. Okay, no one can cancel on any plan because all you would have to do is put on your VR set, get on your metaverse, and be able to hang out with anyone. No one can cancel plans on you. If you feel like going anywhere, you could go anywhere by the comfort of your home. All you have to do is pop in those VR sets and hey, I'm next to a waterfall because I want to. And that's just amazing about it.
prepared for what would happen next.
I guess I'll go to this campfire hub. Hello?
Yeah.
As soon as I was in the public area, I started hearing people talk and chat, and apparently there are no masks in the metaverse. I was dropped into an area with lots of trippy little Lego-looking people, and I attempted to interview them.
They're a journalist,
Oh, wow. I want to learn what you guys do in here.
Pretty much everything that you would do in the real world.
I knew I had really made friends forever when they asked me to go to a comedy club by clicking on this portal thing. The club was so obviously fake, but my presence in it and the presence of all these other people felt really real.
Do you guys have wine?
Yeah, of course. Wine, everything you want. Just imagine.
I even felt awkward when the comedian hit on my avatar.
You're the girl that I was trying to find out your name, but I can't because my hands all. I'm trying to be subtle.
I spent a good amount of time and came away thinking it's like an AOL chat room evolved, which I'm not sure is a good or a bad thing.
I need to relax for a moment. Meditation app is launched.
Kindness starts with you. I highly recommend meditation apps like Guided Meditation or Trip. It's oddly relaxing and peaceful. And I could lie to you and tell you I slept with the headset on the whole night, but we have this proof. I woke up feeling refreshed. I pulled up some morning reading in my web browser.
Got Google News over here, the Wall Street Journal website over here, and Instagram over here on the right.
And had breakfast at the foot of Machu Picchu with a llama in the National Geographic app.
It's funny, this animal has legs in the metaverse. Why do animals get 4 legs in the metaverse and we get 0?
And then I had a pretty fun and intense workout.
Welcome to Supernatural. You ready for your first flow workout?
There are various types of workouts.
The fitness industry in itself have really integrated this virtual reality with fitness. Now in the comfort of your home you can actually put on the VR set and do any type of exercise which you would like to do on a regular basis, and there's no excuses. You can't have any excuse for not actually working out. Okay, you can pop in those VR sets and you are doing your exercises with a professional trainer or some of your buddies, because this is a positive steps towards fitness as well. You can because I personally I do feel that fitness is a very important aspect of life, and for us to do that in our comfort of our home and be able to put it in our busy schedule and be able to just slide it when we have free time and get the best result out of it, for me it's a banger already.
Workouts you can do in Supernatural, which involve everything from doing lunges to using controllers to hit targets.
Out in the metaverse is great.
I got so into it, I actually lost track of time.
I have a meeting in Spatial in 1 minute. I need to change crap.
Yes, meetings in the metaverse are a thing.
Hi, Erin. I'm Joanna. Nice to meet you.
Hi. Thanks for coming.
The idea is that instead of Zoom, you chat as avatars. My first meeting was in an app called Spatial, and of course, it required a different avatar. Yes, that's my actual face on a floating torso. I met up with the co-founder of Spatial, Anand Agarwala, in an NFT art gallery, with works from Ken Kelleher, aka Anchorball, on display.
And this is a great stop because it turns out I'm in an NFT art gallery, which sounds like the metaverse to me.
Heck yeah. I mean, you can't get more metaversey than a, pixelated dog or these crazy heads and stuff, or these beautiful sculptures.
We also went to a campfire where I asked him about
NFTs. NFTs are also a very integral part of the metaverse in itself, because the metaverse has actually enabled NFTs to be a part of its own platform for any type of trade or commerce to take place. The metaverse has actually enabled that to happen on their platform. So in the coming future, what's going to happen is that you will be able to go on these metaverse platforms and be able to trade. You would be able to buy and sell your own art as in the form of NFTs, or you could be, the imagination is limitless. You could be doing anything. And plus, due to the metaverse, it is going to also derive its own metaverse economy as well, because metaverse as a whole is going to generate a lot of economy and money for the people, and also be a thrive and a major player when it comes to employment as well, because more and more creators and more people are getting into this platform and this project, and they're trying to develop this project into the best version of metaverse there could be. And this is obviously going to have a positive effect on a lot of things. Think about it. If we have some type of platform where we or students could go and have an interactive session, wouldn't that just save a lot of cost on a lot of things? You could have an interactive session with the professor, with the teacher, without having the being able to pay a lot of money for the infrastructure or stuff like that. Or even if you want to do some type of experiment, you could be able to do that virtually before you would have to be going in order to spend a lot of money or have a cost in order to do the exact same thing by paying money. I think the metaverse really just does power us in some way or another.
The lack of legs.
Right? The headset tracks your head and your hands, and so we can make it do realistic stuff. What are my legs supposed to do? We can't actually detect the signal from your legs. Legs are coming soon.
I quickly had to jump from that meeting to another meeting as another avatar in Horizon Workrooms, an app made by Meta, formerly known as Facebook.
Oh, I see. So it's kind of like you got to really put it on the board.
You can even invite people from the realverse who happen to be on their webcams. But again, there was this real feeling of presence in the room. I felt like I was actually sitting across from my editor, Wilson, in this meeting.
It's like in Ghostbusters. I'm a full torso apparition. You don't need legs? Oh no, Janet's looking under the table. That's so scary.
Yes, meeting Metaverse is fun if you don't do it for 4 hours on end.
That was so much time in avatar meetings. My eyes hurt and my head hurts.
So what did I learn from this adventure, other than I'd never recommend you do this? Well, a few things. It's clear why big tech companies are fighting over this. There's an opportunity to build the underlying platform here. One avatar with legs, living across games, workout apps, meetings, and more. Meta's Megan Fitzgerald told me as much.
And the metaverse is not going to be built by one company, that there are other companies, organizations, creators that maybe will use our avatars and allow people to move from one place to another while still feeling like themselves.
Then there's the privacy tools and moderation. It's going to be insane, judging from my brief comedy club experience. And then headsets will need to be smaller and more comfortable and run for longer on a charge.
Thank you guys, my headset's gonna die in 5 minutes.
So yes, it's certainly the early days of the metaverse. But lock yourself in a room like this, and you can really see the potential.
The most important thing about the whole experience of the metaverse is gonna be the gaming, in my perspective, and definitely the interaction as well. So I really thought about it, and I went on the internet to search about how the the games are gonna turn out, and even War for Earth itself as a virtual reality metaverse game is inspired by the fact that we could be able to provide some type of interactive platform for gamers to come through and have a chill time, be able to go on a play to earn game where you could be also having the opportunity to earn as well as enjoy. Is a win-win situation for everyone, and that's what at War for Earth we are trying to achieve, is that to have or give back the power to its own gamers. So let us actually see what exciting what type of games that we are having at the moment. So let us look at some of the games which are going to be integrated in the VR platforms. So we have over here. Let's look at it.
A broken man. He is capable of anything. Cruelty, viciousness, slaughter. Some are horrified by what I've done. But you, tourist, are the real monster. The things you have broken cannot be mended. For every action, there is consequence. And when I finally find you, tourist, you will see what a broken man has to offer.
I'm sure you've heard us talk a lot about the metaverse over the last few months. And like we said at Connect, gaming is how a lot of people are going to step into it for the first time. Games have pioneered many of the principles that ground our vision. Virtual, three-dimensional spaces that enable people to connect in entirely new ways. We think the metaverse will build on this foundation to become the next generation of the internet and the next evolution in social technology. Both the hardware and software need more work, and it may take 5 to 10 years to fully bring it to life. But games exist now, and today is all about gaming. Everything you see today is slated to release within the next year. Some of them you're already looking forward to, and others are brand new, like this next one. Today, Status Pro is announcing NFL Pro Era, the first officially licensed NFL game to hit VR. This is your opportunity to step onto the field and lead your team to victory as an NFL quarterback. Your favorite teams, your favorite NFL players, experience what it's really like to play at the highest level. Here's an exclusive look at what's in store.
I'm Lamar Jackson? You can never overlook me. Believed in myself and Let's go, fellas.
Come on now, you can do better. Okay, we're gonna run this play here.
Ready?
Let's get this one down.
Get ready, crewmates.
Did you see that? Did you see how interactive that trailer itself can show you how virtual gaming is gonna be? The fact that you could just throw a ball and someone can catch it, you know, ah, music to my ears.
Because Inner Sloth, Robot Teddy, and Shell Games are bringing Among Us to Quest 2 this holiday.
Imagine the scenes in Among Us when we will be able to pinpoint anyone we are sus on. We're gonna be like, listen, yeah, you are the imposter. But we would be in the game, experiencing it right in front of our eyes, with our friends, our mates, Oh, I can't wait for this metaverse gaming to come forward. And more than that, I can't wait for War for Earth game to come forward, because I know that War for Earth game is on the same level as these big or popular games as well. War for Earth itself has already made a metaverse for its platform, and the trailer is definitely coming in 2023. The other day I was just talking to the co-founder as well. uh, I'm reassured, to be honest. I can't wait, because looking at the whole way metaverse is moving forward, I think it's in a bright direction, and I feel like War for Earth is one of those early adapters of this future. And as viewers, it does provide us with some type of opportunity where we could be the early adopters as well, because this is the future. This is the biggest thing, because the metaverse uh, market is in trillions. It's in billions. I mean, it's in billions, not trillions at the moment, but in billions, because Meta, as its own, has invested around $2 billion just in what do you call, on the metaverse itself, the one they're developing. But yeah, before I show you a very exclusive sneak sneak peek of War for Earth's metaverse, I would like to shout out Marcus Brownlee, Wall Street Journal, and MetaQuest for making such amazing videos for us viewers as well to understand metaverse as a whole. That being said, I am really excited, to show you. It's gonna be a sneak peek, but I do want my viewers to see it. What War for Earth has been doing behind the scenes, you know, because we want you to really, enjoy things which we make. So I'm going to be giving you a sneak peek into the metaverse which War for Earth has created. It's on Spatial, and you can go check it out yourself. I'm going to do a whole video about it as well. So I'm going to show you exactly how the intricate parts on the whole metaverse work out. And yeah, I'm quite excited. Are you excited? Because I'm about to show you the metaverse of Warford, which is basically Bastion Island. Yep, it's gonna happen. All right, are you ready? Do we need a drum roll? Let's look at it together. Okay, let's go.
Virtual scale version of the Earth. 15 districts, 1,000 plots known as turf. Own, buy, sell, customize, and enjoy your virtual
Can
farm.
you see
Eager to buy an island? 1.
what I'm
Create a
seeing?
MetaMask account.
Can you see
2.
where it says "Welcome to Bastion Island"? This is the metaverse which War for Earth has been developing, and I can tell you there's a lot of components which are. I do want to go towards the left and right, but will I be giving up too much? What do you guys think? So I do definitely want you to understand that this is the next big thing, man. Bastion Island. The trailer is gonna come in 2023, and hopefully till then we'll be able to have more episodes, and we're gonna be talking about a lot more other things. And yeah, stay tuned. And as always, I love interacting with you a lot, because I really feel that being part of the War for Earth family is just, to be honest, very 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 I'm very in, thankful that I do have this opportunity to talk to the War for Earth family, and hopefully you can join me in my next episode. I'm gonna be hopefully talking more about the Bastion Island and War for Earth as a whole, and how the trailer is gonna work out. Maybe I might have seen the trailer, I might have not seen the trailer. We don't know, but yeah, War for Earth trailer is gonna be coming on 2023, and you guys have to check it out. Okay, from what you are seeing on your screens at the moment already, you can see a lot of progress has already been done behind the scenes. So wait for my next episode. So I'll catch you in my next episode. Hopefully, all you're good. Okay. Thank you so much for all the support that you are giving us as a really big thank you from Warfare team, and hopefully you will be part of our journey, and we are definitely gonna impress you for sure. Thank you so much. Take care. Goodbye. See you again.